Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today in this video we are going to discuss about earthquake. In simple words, an earthquake is shaking of the earth. It is a natural event and it is caused due to release of energy which generates waves that travel in all directions. The release of energy occurs along a fault, and a fault is a sharp break in the crystal rock. The point where the energy is released is called the focus of an earthquake. It is also called the hypocenter. This is the focus. The energy waves traveling in different directions reach the surface, and the point on the surface nearest to the focus is called the epicenter. This is the focus, these are the waves, and this one is the epicenter. It is the first one to experience the waves, and it is an point directly above the focus. This one is focus, and this point is directly above it. This is the epicenter. Moving forward, now we will discuss about the earthquake waves. All natural earthquakes that take place in the lithosphere. Basically, lithosphere refers to the portion of depth up to 200 kilometers from the surface of the earth. An instrument called the seismograph records the wave reaching the surface. The curve of earthquake waves recorded on the seismograph can be seen in the figure below. Here you can see the waves recorded by the seismograph. This one, the first, this P wave, then S wave. P wave and S wave are the types of the body waves, and this one is the surface wave. Moving forward, the earthquake waves are basically of two types, that is body waves and surface waves. Body waves are generated due to the release of energy and at the focus and move in all directions traveling through the body of the earth, and therefore it is called body waves. The body waves interact with the surface rocks and generate new set of waves called surface waves. These waves move along the surface. The velocity of waves changes as they travel through materials with different densities. The denser the material, the higher is the velocity. Their direction also changes as they reflect or refract when coming across materials with different densities. There are two types of body waves, as we have discussed in this figure also. The body waves are of two types, that they are the P wave and the S wave. This is the P wave and this one is the S wave. Now P waves move faster and are first to arrive at the surface. These are also called the primary waves. Whereas the P waves are similar to the sound waves, and they travel through gaseous, liquid and solid materials. But if we talk about the S wave arrive at the surface with some lag, and these S waves are also called the secondary waves. An important fact about the S wave is that they can travel only through solid materials. The surface waves are last to report on these surface waves are last to report on the seismograph, and these waves are more destructive. They cause the displacement of the rocks. Here you can see they cause the displacement of the rocks, and these are the most destructive. Moving forward, now we will discuss about the propagation of earthquake waves and emergence of shadow zone. P waves vibrate parallel to the direction of the wave. This exerts pressure on the material in the direction of propagation. As a result, it creates density differences in the material, leading to stretching and squeezing of the material. Other three waves vibrate perpendicular to the direction of propagation. The direction of vibrations of S waves is perpendicular to the wave direction in the vertical plane. Hence, they create troughs and chests in the material through which they passes. Surface waves are considered to be the most damaging waves. The earthquake waves get recorded in seismograph located at far off locations. There exist some specific areas where the waves are not reported. Such zones are called the shadow zones. In these areas, the waves are not reported. It was observed that seismographs located at distance within 105 degrees from the epicenter recorded the arrival of both P and S waves. The seismographs located beyond 145 degrees from epicenter record the arrival of P waves but not that of S waves. This is not 140, this is 145. 145 degrees. Okay. Moving forward, a zone between 105 degrees and 145 degrees from epicenter was identified as the shadow zone for both the type of waves. The entire zone beyond 105 degrees does not receive S waves. The shadow zone of S wave is much larger than that of P waves. The shadow zone of P waves appears as a band around the Earth between 105 degrees and 145 degrees away from the epicenter. The shadow zone of S waves is not only larger in extent but it is also a little over 40% of the Earth's surface. Moving forward, now we will discuss about the types of earthquakes. Earthquakes are classified into following types: tectonic earthquake, volcanic earthquake, explosive earthquake, collapse earthquake. Firstly, we will talk about the tectonic earthquake. The most common one are the tectonic earthquakes. These are generated due to sliding of rocks along a fault plane. If we talk about the volcanic earthquakes, a special class of tectonic earthquake is sometimes recognized as volcanic earthquakes. However, these are confined to areas of active volcanoes. The third one, the explosive earthquake. Ground shaking may also occur due to the explosion of chemical or nuclear devices. Such tremors are called explosive explosion earthquake. In the area of intense mining, now we are talking about the collapse earthquake. In the area of intense mining activities, sometimes the roofs of underground mines collapse, causing minor tremors, and these are called the collapse earthquakes. This one. Now, except this, there are one other type, that is when the earthquakes that occur in the areas of large reservoirs are referred to as the reservoir induced earthquake. Now we will discuss about the measurement of earthquakes. The earthquake events are scaled either according to magnitude or intensity of the shock. The magnitude scale is known as the Richter scale. The magnitude relates to the energy released during the quake. The magnitude is expressed in absolute numbers, that is from 0 to 10. The intensity scale takes into account the visible damage caused by the event, and the range of intensity scale is from 1 to 12. So this was all about today's video. If you liked the video, then please do like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.